sales, open order status. The only thing you have to put in here is your date, and I go a month out, so we're doing 5/10/25. And then open your report. Go up here to query export, open order status. You want ship date, order release line number, company name, and then item description 1 and 2, and form dim. I just hit down control and click on them, pulls them all over. Dim 1, dim 2, pieces and weight, then status and salesperson, then center status, and status date. That's all your fields.
Okay.
And I do them that order because that way you don't have to sort it when you do when the report shows up. Okay, so there's your report. First thing I do when I do mine is I change the date to something that makes it a little easier to see. You don't have to do this, but I just get rid of this part. And the only reason I do that is because it's easy to format this column. I change these two to something around 200, 220, somewhere in there. Form dim 1, I changed to ST, just again, formatting issues. Your weight, I format as a number with thousands. That way it's all nice and even. Then I insert a column. It's going to be your square inch. Formula, 3 parentheses. Then I do dim 1 plus dim 2, close times your ST, close times, and your pieces. That's your formula. I copy that. And paste it there. And then you can leave it like this, or I always just copy it and I just paste it as values. It just gets rid of the formula. That way if you do anything with it, it doesn't affect it. And then the last 2 columns I just open all the way up. So, and I select all, put grid lines around everything, and I do a view, freeze top row, so you can do that. And then I go to data, and I sort it, 3 levels. I do ship date, company name, order number. Putting the company name first was more of a sales request. That way it made it easier to find all their customer stuff each day. So now you've got it in order, everything like that. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to filter, which puts your filters all across. And we want to get rid of anything that's not incoming, new, scheduled, or unscheduled. Those are the 4 you always want to use. So all these ones that are changing or deleted or empty, just delete row, get rid of them because you don't need them. So there's all your open orders. So the next thing I do is I separate out my different types of orders. So forging, and then I'm going to go up here to, because I can't stand these colors, up here there's a thing to colors and you can revert back to the previous color patterns. So that's all your forging material. And then over here we're going to do bar. So we go down and we want to get rid of all the blanks. Then over here in your dim 2, all you want is blanks, because all your bar is only going to have 1 dimension. So let's select all of that, and I'll make that blue. And for you, that's all your colors. Once you get into some more of your like CNC stuff and stuff like that, We'll set up item description 2s by part number, and you can go through and filter those out and mark those as CNC in a different color if you want. Next thing I do is I always, anything that's ready to ship, so I just put ready in there. Anything that's ready to ship, I always select it and I make it bold, just so it kind of stands out, because realistically anything that's ready to ship either it just hasn't been dispatched yet or it's waiting for somebody to pick up. So you really don't have to do a lot with it, but it's good to know that it's there. So that's all your formatting for it. So I try to get all of that done on the first one. And then I always change my margins in narrow so you can get more on the page. Change it to landscape. And do your print titles button here. We're going to set up the rows to repeat at top. And do that row. And we're going to go to the header footer. We're going to do custom footer. And I always put over here, I always put the date, space and the time. Then here I put the file name, and I slash, and then I put tab name, sheet name. That way when you save this, you can know which one you have in your hand. And then over here, page number, space of pages. And you can see here, so it puts a date, time, name of the order, name of the tab, which is the same right now, and then page 1 of 1. Okay. And then one other thing I do here, since you're probably going to be printing this more than we do, is I go down this no scaling and I change it to fit all columns on one page. And that gets you all your information there. Okay, and then go back. The reason I do that is because it will remember that setting every time you copy it. So then I just move or copy. I just create a copy. Do that twice. So the first tab, it's going to make incoming. So we just go up to your status, hide your incoming stuff, delete everything else. And then on mine, I just do a subtotal, and we want a subtotal to the ship date and with a count. Not as critical on this one. And then I just go through here and take all that. Color out the subtotals. So that way you got by date which incoming orders you have. Like I said, not as critical on the incoming orders. It helps out more on the production tab. So your production, what we want to do is get rid of incoming. So we're going to unselect everything, just select incoming. We're going to delete the rows. And then we're also going to get rid of anything that's shipping. So this tab will be just anything that is that's on the floor. And then subtotal that the same way. You under ship date, do count function. Okay, and then I just unfilter and then refilter, and then it will gather all those back in. And then just go down here and close the blanks. Okay. Whoops. So it's everything on the floor, and status date, everything there. And then the last one is just shipping. I just go through here and anything that says shipment, so you'll have outward shipments and then you'll have shipping on there. And then I get rid of everything else. So that you end up with just your shipments. Same thing, subtotal that. kill the color, kill the bold, just because my OCD doesn't like it. And then that's your report. And then don't forget to rename your tab. And then I save it. And where we're gonna go with this is network. Why do they not?
It's done that before.
That's weird. Okay, it's under your Wichita share here.
Mm-hmm.
And then you don't want Wichita share.
That's all I have.
That's all you have?
Mm-hmm.
They didn't map you? Okay. So normally you would save it under, I'm just going to save it here for right now. Pull that to 25. Save it as an Excel workbook. And then when I save it, when you get you on there to your folder,
mm-hmm.
you can just click on like the day before's and then change the date.
Gotcha.
And then they're all formatted all the same. And then that's your open order report. That way, anytime you print any of these tabs, since we did all that formatting up front, it all shows up here. It's got your date time. It's got the LV open order report 410, production tab, and then it'll tell you how many pages. And then if you want to just say you just want to, let's look at everything that's past due.
Which is most of it.
And say you just past due due today, select it, print selection, and it will give you 3 pages. I'm gonna print 2 copies just because I know we're gonna need them. So that's your open order report in a nutshell.
Awesome.